The New York Giants entered the 2025 offseason with a glaring hole at the most important position in football, quarterback. The Daniel Jones era ended with a whimper, leaving the G-men searching for a new signal caller. Several veteran options were on the table early in free agency. However, as the dominoes began to fall, the Giants saw their options dwindle. Sam Darnold chose the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Fields stayed put with the Jets. Jimmy Garoppolo opted for the Los Angeles Rams. Most recently, future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers spurned the Giants' advances, choosing to finish his illustrious career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This leaves the Giants in a precarious position. The top remaining free agent is Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl champion with a proven track record. Wilson visited the Giants last year but ultimately decided to stay with the Denver Broncos. It's unclear if the Giants are willing to meet Wilson's contract demands or if he is even interested in joining Big Blue. The Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns are also reportedly interested in Wilson's services. The Giants are in a tough spot. They need a quarterback to compete in the NFC East, but the options are dwindling fast. The Giants did make a minor move at quarterback, signing journeyman Tommy DeVito to a one-year deal. DeVito, who has bounced around the league, will likely serve as a backup or compete for a roster spot. However, his signing does little to inspire confidence in the Giants' quarterback situation. As the draft approaches, the Giants' options are becoming clearer. They can pursue a trade for a veteran quarterback. They could also draft a young signal caller and hope for the best. The Giants need to find a solution at quarterback soon. The future of the franchise depends on it. While the quarterback situation remains a mystery, the Giants haven't been idle in free agency. General manager Joe Schoen has been busy bolstering the roster, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. The Giants made a splash early in free agency by signing safety Jevon Holland to a 3-year, $45 million contract. Holland, a ball-hawking safety, instantly upgrades a Giants secondary that struggled mightily in 2024. The Giants continued their defensive spending spree by signing cornerback Paulson Adebo to a 3-year, $54 million deal. Adebo, a physical corner with a nose for the football, is coming off a broken femur that cut his 2024 season short. If he can return to form, he'll form a formidable duo with Holland in the Giants' secondary. In addition to Holland and Adebo, the Giants also re-signed wide receiver Darius Slayton to a 3-year, $36 million contract. Slayton, a familiar face in the Meadowlands, provides quarterback Daniel Jones with a reliable deep threat. The Giants addressed their pass rush by signing defensive end Chauncey Golston to a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. Golston, a young and promising edge rusher, will be tasked with generating pressure on opposing quarterbacks. To bolster their offensive line, the Giants signed offensive tackle James Hudson III to a 2-year, $12 million contract. Hudson, a former third-round pick, will compete for a starting role and provide depth up front. The Giants entered free agency with approximately $47 million in cap space, giving them some flexibility to make moves. However, the signings of Holland, Adebo, and Slayton have eaten into a significant portion of that space. The Giants must now be more judicious with their remaining cap room. They still have several holes to fill, particularly on the offensive line and at linebacker. General manager Joe Schoen has shown a willingness to negotiate team-friendly deals, as evidenced by the contracts signed by Golston, Hudson, and defensive lineman Roy Robertson-Harris. The Giants will likely continue to target value signings in free agency and look to the draft to fill out their roster. The Giants are also facing a potential contract extension for running back Saquon Barkley. Barkley, set to become a free agent next offseason, is due a significant pay raise. The Giants must decide whether to extend Barkley now or risk losing him in free agency. The Giants' salary cap situation is not dire, but it will require careful management. Schoen must balance the need to add talent with the importance of maintaining long-term financial flexibility. The Giants are in the midst of a rebuild, and they need to be mindful of their cap situation as they continue to construct their roster. The 2025 NFL Draft presents the Giants with a significant opportunity to add impact players. With the number 34 overall pick, the Giants are in a prime position to select a difference maker. One option that has generated significant buzz is a potential trade with the Tennessee Titans for the number 1 overall pick. The Titans, in need of a quarterback, could be willing to part with the top pick for a king's ransom. The Giants, desperate for a franchise quarterback, could be willing to meet their asking price. If the Giants were to make such a bold move, the consensus top prospect is quarterback Cam Ward from the University of Miami. Ward, a dynamic dual-threat quarterback, has drawn comparisons to Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. His combination of arm talent, athleticism, and playmaking ability would inject excitement into the Giants' offense. However, trading up for Ward would come at a steep price. The Giants would likely have to part with their first-round pick this year, a future first-round pick, and potentially other valuable assets. The decision of whether to trade up for Ward will be a defining moment for General Manager Joe Schoen. It's a high-risk, high-reward proposition that could make or break the Giants' future. If Ward reaches his potential, he could become the franchise quarterback the Giants have been searching for. However, if he fails to live up to expectations, the Giants could set themselves back years. The Giants face a pivotal offseason. The decisions they make in the coming weeks will shape the franchise for years to come.